Hello and welcome to the Versa Creative Podcast. My name is Tony Martinez and I am an SEO specialist at Versa Creative and our podcast host. Versa Creative is an award-winning marketing and advertising agency dedicated to empowering brands with result-driven strategies. The Versa Creative Podcast is our place to have a discussion on the marketing industry, marketing trends, and most importantly, provide insights to our listeners from our experts. On today's episode, I have the pleasure of speaking with our CEO, Eddie Shekari.
Hi, Tony. Good morning.
For this podcast, we're going to focus on tips to grow your business online and how you, any business of any size, volume, and industry can grow to reach more clients and increase your sales. And we're going to let Eddie talk on this subject.
Sure. I think definitely every business owner wants to grow their business. Obviously, for the last, year and a half, 2 years with COVID, it has definitely been a very challenging time. With the new Delta variant coming in, that's going to be a whole nother added complexity and challenge that we have to look at and make sure that we can navigate properly. But some of the core things to do to make sure that your business is running efficiently and properly are always going to be there. One example that we see all the time is people are not really optimizing their website and they have broken links on there and the information on the website is not clear and concise to make sure that when somebody lands on your website, they quickly get the information they need and they can make a decision and hopefully reach out to you either via a phone call or a form and basically get in touch with you guys, and that way you guys you can receive that client notification.
Yeah, like you said, especially this past year and with COVID and everything changing, consumers are more driven to online, so they're more likely to visit your website before they visit a store or before they purchase anything from you. It's important that your website have accurate information and be useful to the customer. What other tips do you have for clients or potential clients and people who are trying to grow their business outside of a website, Eddie?
Sure. Before leaving the website, definitely we got to make sure that even if you're in the service business and you don't have, you're not really selling something online, you're not an e-com business, your website's still going to be the storefront people are going to look at and receive that information, learn about you and do that research. But even besides the website, obviously you have to make sure your other marketing efforts are working correctly. But just getting down into the core business, making sure that you have a proper procedure set up to make sure that when clients are reaching out, that you have a way of making sure to get back to them, or if they're doing online business with your e-commerce, to make sure that you have proper notification being sent to them for their order and make sure they can track that order online. So there's a lot more there to be done, obviously, but making sure that your business is functioning on a core level properly.
Yeah, so just good business practices, especially online communication, like you said, is key. Communicating customers about orders, order status, or again, maybe you're not an e-commerce business, but just letting people know these are the services we offer, this is what we do, this is how we can help you, this is what we have to offer, are very important for any business.
Obviously, and one of the other things that we use to make sure that our customers, and if you're a larger organization, your employees know what's going on, is we use banners on the website to kind of let people know what our current COVID practices are. Also making sure that the employees are protected, the clients are protected.
Yeah, clear information is on top of mind for everyone. Even nowadays, if you Google a business and their Google My Business profile shows up, there's a slot there for COVID-19 updates that lets customers know this is how we're doing, this is what we're doing to protect you, our employees, things like that. So clear communication is key, especially right now.
I couldn't say any better myself. But obviously, there are other channels we can utilize. I think for sure, depending on what line of business you're in, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all of those guys are going to be very critical. And certain clients, we even recommend doing Twitter updates. So we got to look at every business is different and unique, and you kind of have to look at what your situation is. And if you need help with a professional company, you should definitely reach out to a professional marketing company to make sure that you're getting the proper advice.
Yeah, I know social media can be difficult for any company, especially because everyone has a social media account. You probably have one. Your brother, sister, mom. Everyone's on social media. And it can get a little overwhelming, especially if you as a business are posting on social media but not seeing any success. You're posting, but you're not getting likes, you're not getting comments, you're not getting that engagement that you're looking for. So over time, it's easy to get not overwhelmed, but maybe underwhelmed by social media and kind of lose hope on that. So I think, like you said, it's important to find somebody to help you, find somebody who can create a social media marketing plan for you and figure out a way that works, whether that's through ads and things like that.
100% agree with you. There's obviously most of the channels nowadays are very competitive and they're very crowded. Obviously, if you want to shine and you want your company to be noticed, you definitely have to have a good strategy and you have to stick with it. Sometimes we do recommend having an added budget to make sure that you can reach those customers that usually wouldn't be looking for you, that might not even know about you. So that's another way of basically being able to expand the funnel on the top, getting more people to know you, and hopefully that will translate into more sales.
Yeah, let's take a step back from social media and online. Funny enough, before recording the podcast today, I almost described Versa Creative as a digital marketing agency, and you were quick to be like, let's not do that since there's more to marketing than digital. So what other services can businesses benefit from?
Well, I mean, obviously, yeah, we believe in all of the above in terms of marketing. We've got great success with billboards because that kind of billboard, radio, TV will really make you stand out and give you that credibility that the social media or online channels might not be able to provide for you. So depending on what's going on in your business and what your marketing plans and budgets are, we would highly look at direct mail, potentially billboards, radio and TV campaigns to kind of supplement and support your online marketing efforts.
So there's a lot of opportunity with traditional, like you said, and digital. But looking into the future, what's out there and what do businesses have to look forward to, or what challenges can they expect?
Well, I think as COVID and the Delta variant kind of works through the system and hopefully the vaccination rates start going up, I think there's going to be definitely some opportunities that are going to come up, especially for the smaller, nimble businesses that can potentially take some market share. So I would be really careful in terms of making sure I have a solid marketing plan and I really understand my client base so that as the market is changing, and you can basically capitalize on spending your marketing dollars efficiently to be able to gain as many customers and as much of the market base as you could possibly get. So that would be the number one thing, is really having a good understanding of your marketing plans and your clients to make sure that you can put them together to grow your business in the next 6 to 12 months. I think the second thing is obviously there is quite a bit of labor shortages, as everybody's hearing. So we got to make sure that we have a good effort to recruit, good talent to make sure that as the business grows and the market is coming back, that you are ready to be able to handle that additional work and additional clientele that you're going to be getting. And then last but not least, obviously you got to make sure that your finances are in place to make sure that you're not going to run out of cash, that you can actually execute on all the planning that you're doing. So I think those would be the three things I'll be looking to make sure that as a business owner that I'm ready to make sure that I can take full advantage of this opportunity that's going to be coming up in the next 6 to 12 months.
So one of the reasons why I wanted you on the podcast today, Eddie, is because you're an experienced business owner, and over the past year, business owners have had to adapt to COVID and the changing market. What have you learned and what takeaways have you taken from it?
Well, I've been in business since 1995. I've actually had payroll and had to pay people since then. So that's quite a bit of a few years, 27 years, 26 years. But definitely in the past 20-some years of being in business, I think the last year and a half, 2 years since COVID have been some of the most challenging, rewarding, thinking out of the box moments of my business career. So, just to give you a quick, highlight of what we went through is, immediately in March of 2020, as COVID was hitting and we were realizing, I know I had a meeting at a Google corporate office and we got an email basically where Google had canceled due to COVID. And I was kind of surprised that they had canceled because at that point, COVID really wasn't a thing. It was about end of February. And then obviously be announced to us in a month or so, they were, everything got canceled. Things were shutting down. We closed the entire office. We had to send everybody home. So we went basically from having everybody in the office to having no one in the office for several months and having to figure out how do we do our business remotely, which was very hard for a creative team that we have in our marketing company. Having the whole VPN set up for every single employee. We did have VPN beforehand, but it was very limited. But that was a dramatic, cash flow and just a business event that was, that we had never planned for. Having everybody out of the office, having our cash flow drop by 90%, and then having it all come back again within a month and a half, 2 months. So I think that was very challenging, and obviously making sure that we could handle our funding and my financial situation, make sure everybody got paid. Luckily, we were able to survive without having to do any layoffs, which was great. But in the last few months, business has come back very strong. The planning that we had put in place, 6-12 months ago has really paid dividend. And that's why I kind of mentioned that I think, you need to have a really good plan no matter what's going on and stick to your plan. But on top of that, just the challenges of COVID and keeping everybody safe and doing testing and everything else, with the CDC, guidelines changing almost sometimes on a weekly basis. I think that's definitely there's some, business challenges that went beyond anything we had ever experienced. Also, obviously, besides the challenges, that we saw with COVID, there was tremendous amount of, opportunities online. We noticed most of our e-com customers just having, triple-digit growth in terms of traffic online. Certain of our clients that were in the service business experienced very similar growth because that just brought some opportunities for them to be able to be out there servicing clients. Because again, as businesses change, as the environment changes, opportunities are created. And if you're there and you can take advantage of those opportunities, you can definitely grow your business, substantially. So, just because COVID is going on or the Delta variant is happening, that doesn't mean there's no opportunities. You have to kind of look at what's going on, have your plan, and be ready to react and take advantage of what's going on for your business.
The final tip we wanted to provide today, any business needs to take advantage of their marketing tools. Your marketing tools are all the marketing and advertising that you have at your disposal, whether it's social media, your website, whatever it is, it's a part of your marketing toolkit. Those are the keys to your success. The team at Versa has put together a comprehensive guide to building your marketing toolkit, which is linked in the episode's description, and it's a great resource for any business that wants to grow and continue to succeed despite all of the challenges that we've seen, especially with COVID and the changing market. But yeah, check it out. Lastly, I want to say thank you to Eddie for being on episode 2 of the Versa Creative Podcast. And I want to thank you, our listener, for listening to the podcast and hopefully learning from us. We'll continue to produce these podcasts and again, provide useful information. So subscribe, check us out, share. And if you're ready to get results or if you need a full service digital marketing agency, please contact us via our website at versacreative.com.